Rolling Heights is a pool building, tile placement, and push your luck game released in 2023 and designed by John D. Clare with art by Kwanchai Mariah. The goal is to become the most successful contractor in the new city measured through victory points earned from placing building plan tiles, employing a motivated workforce, and building. To set up, place the scoreboard in the middle of the table. Below it, arrange the 6 neighborhood boards randomly in a 2x3 grid, placing the 2 market strips along the sides. Shuffle and stack the level 1 and level 2 building plan tiles into separate piles and place them at the marked locations on the corresponding market strips. Reveal and lay out 9 tiles from each stack. Shuffle and draw 3 add end-of-game scoring tiles to be placed on the scoreboard. Each player chooses an available color and takes their ownership and score markers, placing the latter at the 0 space on the score track. They also receive a rolling box, 2 random target tiles, 2 brown carpenter, and 2 black construction worker meeples. Place the cubes, sorted into the 4 colors, along with the wild tokens within reach of all players. The starting player is chosen randomly, and then, in reverse player order, each player will select a level 1 building plan tile and place it somewhere in the city, at least 2 orthogonal spaces from any other tiles, scoring the marked points if the building type matches. These cannot be placed where a cube symbol is printed. Refill the market, and then the starting player takes the first turn. In Rolling Heights, players are general contractors making plans for the city's buildings and then employing their workers to make their dreams a reality. The game is played over a variable number of rounds during which each player will take a turn in order using the following 4 phases: prep, risk, main, and cleanup. In the prep phase, the active player will simply roll their worker meeples into their roll box. The risk phase is where the push your luck part comes in, as they must now decide whether to keep rolling or to accept the results. Workers come in one of 3 positions: working hard, standing on their feet, working steady, sideways, and exhausted, flat on their back or face. Their position defines the rewards and resources received by the player, with exhausted workers providing nothing. The other 2 types are removed and set aside. If the player chooses to push, they may reroll all exhausted workers, and so long as it is more than half of your total workers, there is no risk. Once half or more of your workers are not exhausted, then you risk a strike. If the rerolled workers all come back exhausted, remove half of the other workers, rounded down, from your available pool for the round, and gain a wild token. During the main phase, the active player will activate their available workers, buy and place a building plan, and construct buildings. The buildings are constructed using wood, concrete, glass, and steel, and each plan defines how much and what type is needed to complete them. Once completed, the owning player may earn points and/or workers to be used on future turns. The building resources gained from workers may be used as buying power for new building plans. A max of 1 may be purchased per turn, as well as directly onto the building plans themselves. During the cleanup phase, the market strips are refilled if necessary, and any remaining unspent cubes are returned to the supply, with the next player taking their turn. Once all cubes of 1 or more colors are constructed in buildings on the board, the game end is triggered. The current round is completed, and then one final round is played. Final scores are tallied using the position on the score track, along with the 3 add tiles being scored, each player choosing one of their targets to score, and any remaining wild tokens worth 1 point each. The player with the most points wins, with ties broken by most meeple workers. I know what you're thinking. Legos. Why bother with a board game when you could use that table space for a subjectively more fulfilling activity? This game is just throwing around some meeples and putting plastic on plastic anyway, right? Actually, this game is more than just stacking small, precariously balanced cubes on top of one another. It's an exercise in overcoming frustration. Not because someone, probably you, knocked over your carefully placed 8-cube tower, and certainly it isn't due to another player swooping in and buying that one building plan you had your eye on for the past 30 minutes while you were trying to get the cubes to afford it. No, this is about that drive to get the one perfect roll of meeples, tossing them into the roll box from every conceivable angle, calling out to various deities to guide your hand, and closing your eyes at the last moment, confident they all will land on their feet so that you can pull off a consummate turn, complete with, and I busted. Again. Well, there's always the next time, because I'm always game.